One man, one ship, and a plague that would kill over 200 million people. But who was he? Was he a merchant, a soldier, or just a shadow in history? Today, we trace the footsteps of the ghost who unleashed humanity's greatest horror, the Black Death. In the early 14th century, the world was changing. Trade routes like the Silk Road connected east and west. Gold flowed, spices traveled, and ideas spread. But something else traveled too. Something no one saw coming. In the ports of the Crimean Peninsula, docked ships brought more than just goods. They brought death. It started with a cough, a fever, and then came the swellings, black, rotting lumps in the armpits and groin. Then came death, swift, brutal, unforgiving. But how did this plague spread across continents? It all started with one man, a forgotten figure lost to time, a man historians now suspect may have been the patient zero of Europe's Black Death. His name is unknown, but his trail is undeniable. He boarded a Genoese merchant ship, sailing from Caffa, a bustling port in modern-day Crimea, bound for Italy. But this wasn't just any voyage. It was a funeral ship disguised as trade. On board, rats carrying infected fleas crawled beneath the deck. The man was already sick, coughing blood, burning with fever, and covered in buboes. When the ship docked in Messina, Sicily, locals were horrified. Sailors collapsed on the docks. Some bled from their eyes. Others screamed in delirium before falling still. And by the time anyone realized it was a plague, it was already too late. From Messina, the disease swept like wildfire. Venice, Marseille, Barcelona, Paris, London. The man who stepped off that ship had vanished, but his curse had begun. By 1348, nearly all of Europe was infected. Corpses piled in streets. Families locked themselves inside their homes, only to die days later. Priests refused last rites. No one knew how it spread. They blamed the stars, the air, even the Jews. But no one looked back to that man, that single infected passenger who unknowingly turned a continent into a graveyard. Some scholars say he was a soldier fleeing Mongol sieges. Others claim he was a trader, desperate to escape the chaos in the east. But the truth is, we'll never know. He was the spark, but the fire had been building for years. Overcrowded cities, poor hygiene, and rats in every alley. Still, that one man, dying slowly in the belly of a ship, became the invisible hand that rewrote history. He didn't set out to kill millions, but he did. The Black Death killed over 200 million people, nearly half of Europe's population. It changed medicine. It collapsed economies. It ended feudalism. All of it. Because of a single man no one remembers. He might have been a father, a merchant, a runaway, but in death, he became the most dangerous traveler in human history, a nameless shadow whose footsteps still echo in our cities, our ports, and in every pandemic that followed. If this story gave you chills, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more terrifying tales from the darkest corners of history. Share this with someone who still thinks one person can't change the world, because they're wrong.